Hey gents, Scheme Rhythm here, back with Let's Play Dark Souls. In the last episode, we got towards the end of the Undead Parish. Went through, upgraded our Estus Flask with the Firekeeper Soul, and we got a quick glimpse at the graveyard as well as getting some items. So to start this video off, I would like to go ahead and start leveling up. We have enough for 2 levels. I think we want to put 1 in Endurance and 1 in Dexterity. Endurance is going to be your most important stat, obviously, but I'm going to raise Dexterity, I think, to either 20 or 25 before focusing on Vitality and Endurance more. There we go. So, with that spent, we can go ahead and progress. You know what, actually, I'm going to go ahead and reverse Howling. And become human, so that I can show the summoning system. Because whether I summon people or Solaire is probably not going to matter much for this boss, because either way it's going to be really, really easy. Especially with the Drake Sword, man, I tell ya. But, it's not going to be that bad at all, honestly. I know there might be some of you that go to this video looking for help against this boss, but I mean, I've played through this game before. This is going to be my 3rd time being this particular boss fight. Not to mention, you actually see this boss later on in the game as not quite as a regular enemy, but it shows up later in the game. Alright. So, I'm going to go ahead and go up. Get owned by the Balder. God damn it. Okay, we're back. So I got owned by that Balder. Yep. Something about this Balder is annoying the crap out of me. Okay, if you attack him whenever he's doing that, he will parry and riposte you. I'm not kidding, he will do it to you. You know, it's almost tempting to switch out my dagger and use the faster attacks on him. But you know what, I have to go back anyway, and in fact I'm going to run. I'm going to run past him. I'm going to run past these guys down here. I'm going to run all the way to the bonfire. If you get to a bonfire, the enemies actually go back to the spots they spawn in, even if they're right on top of you. Actually, I don't think you can rest at a bonfire whenever there's an enemy there in the same room with you, but there we go. Alright, reverse howling. Man, I need to calm down a little bit. I don't want to have to start grinding for humanity again. Alright, we're back. I decided to cut ahead to just past that Balder. I got him, as you can see, without getting hurt this time. Now, all these guys, they respawn, but thankfully that annoying sorcerer does not. Back up. Let him swing at you and back up is one way you can do this. If not, remember you have 10 Estus Flasks. Don't worry, you're probably not... If you need to use all of them for the boss, he's probably going to kick your ass anyway. Wow, I'm doing this terribly. One thing that's important to note, make sure you have your target auto lock on. That way it switches targets automatically whenever you lock on. So, I mean, it sounds kind of obvious, but it helps. It really does. Alright, so climb up. There's a white door at the top of all these stairs and stuff. I'm not sure if I'm going to find any actual players for this, but here's Solaire's summon sign. So basically, you go up to the summon sign, you press A to summon them, and you wait about a minute or so, and they'll show up. I guess this first boss isn't a very popular summon place. Actually, I see one down there. I'm gonna go ahead and summon this guy. Crap. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind, man. Go back up the ladder, Solaire. Go up the ladder. climb up here. Could I delay this boss fight anymore? I swear. Oh well. I'll just wait for Solaire to get here. I'm probably gonna edit that part out too. Alright, now that you've got your knight summoned, traverse the white lights. And there he is, right next to you. Now the nice thing is, this is another one of those boss fights that doesn't start until you get further down. What does this say? Treasure ahead. Don't listen to some of these. Some of these guys are assholes. Okay, I was about to say, if Solaire caused me to die there, I'd be pissed. Boss fight.
The guardians of the first Bell of Awakening in the Undead Church, the Bell Gargoyle is the toughest boss yet, able to attack from all angles thanks to the sweeping reach of his halberd and tail axe. When his health is reduced to half, he summons a second, helmetless gargoyle for assistance, often turning the arena into a fire breath spam fest. The best strategy is to cut off the first gargoyle's tail, which is much easier when there is a distraction available, such as Solaire, thus eliminating one of his attacks and making the fight that much easier. Proceed to kill this one as quickly as possible before the other gargoyle starts showering you with his fiery breath by two-handing the Drake Sword or whatever other weapon you brought. The next gargoyle has less health and defense and goes down much more easily. Also note that your gold pine resin is much more useful here than it was even with the Taurus demon. Although I guess that might be stretching it a little bit, you get the point. Once you've defeated them, the door to the first Bell of Awakening is opened and we start getting closer to the real meat of the game. Good luck and happy hunting.
Okay, the Bell Gargoyle. So, first things first, cut off his tail. If you can. It'd be very helpful if you got... Oh wow, look at that. Solaire cut off his tail for me. That works. Once that happens, go grab it. Now, this fight is a lot easier with the tail cut off because he can't use his tail for attacks anymore. He can only use that. Now, once you get his health halfway down, he actually will summon another gargoyle to help him. So, but that gargoyle will also be stuck at half health. There we go. So if you go in two-handed with the Drake Sword, it does a lot more damage than if you were to just try to one-hand it. This guy, I think, has less defense than the other one. Yeah, he does. So he goes down a lot faster. And there we go. Gargoyle boss fight done in less than 2 minutes. And that's honestly not even much slower than that awesome hour-and-a-half speedrun this entire game did. So if you beat the boss without Solaire dying, then, or Solaire's Phantom dying, then you get a Sunlight Medal, which isn't that significant for anything unless you want to be in a certain covenant, which we're not going to be in. So, yep. So the Gargoyle. It's best to use your Hero Shield or a Hollow Warrior Shield if you get one of those. I think those are really good shields. They're lighter, for one thing, even though they have basically similar stats to the Hero Shield. Just block all of his attacks. Once again, just circle strafe around him. The nice thing about having Solaire in the fight with you is that they'll be distracted by him. So that's why I recommend doing every boss fight you can human. And with this, we ring the first bell. Alright, the bell has been rung. Pretty underwhelming cutscene, huh? So, basically what happened with cutting off the Gargoyles tail axe, which I haven't really used it. Apparently, it's not that great a weapon, but I mean, if you want to get all the achievements in this game, for one thing, you need it because. Okay, yeah, that's where sliding down the ladder comes in handy because there's a achievement for getting all the weapons. And who is this guy? I wonder.
Greetings. I am Oswald of Hermine, the Park, and thou art a friend. Indeed, a warm welcome. Cometh out to confess, or to accuse. For indeed, all sin is like man.
Okay. This guy. Whenever you join a covenant without quitting another one first with him, it adds to your sin count usually. Whenever you kill a player through invasion and they indict you, it also adds to your sin count. And you go to this guy to request absolution for your sins. And it costs, I believe, 2,000 souls times your soul level. So I think at one point from my other file I sinned once, and it cost me 144,000 souls to fix it. Another way to sin is to attack NPCs, by the way. Just putting it out there. Okay, he sells purging stones, which are useful if you're dealing with curse, but we're not dealing with curse yet, but we will actually be going to an area that will. The Book of the Guilty and Indictments, which is just a list of indicted players. It's sort of, think of it as the, I guess the sort of leaderboards for some people in a certain covenant. But I mean, it's not really there to show you anything except for that one guy who has like crazy hundreds of, of sins. Karmic Justice, which is a miracle. Auto counter versus heavy damage. I've never used it actually. And he also sells some rings. I think I might grind off screen to get the poison bite ring, because that is a very useful ring for the upcoming area. You can see boost poison resistance. You can get it. You can just guess at what that's going to mean for us later. So I think I'm actually going to abandon the current covenant I'm in, the Way of Light, because it makes it easier to see other people, summon other people in the Way of Light, but other than that, there's not much use to it. Alright.
Thou art welcome any time. It is only human to commit a sin.
If you kill him, he actually has a ring of divine favor and protection, which actually increases your health and endurance by 20%. But I don't recommend it because I don't recommend killing any NPCs in this game, and because you also will run out of, you won't have a way to abandon covenants without adding to your sin count. You won't have a way to, get absolved of sins, which means that you'll be hunted down by a certain covenant as well. There are covenants for a lot of things, including hunting down people who have a certain item, hunting down people who are on the sin list, hunting down anyone and everyone. Yeah. So actually, I think I'm going to meet you guys back at the Firelink Shrine bonfire. So, see you then. Okay guys, now that we're back at the Firelink bonfire, I actually did a little grinding off screen, and just enough to actually buy the weaponsmith box, which is why you see the reinforced weapon thing here. So actually, I plan on using the Titanite shard to upgrade. Yeah, I'm going to upgrade my bandit's knife, because I plan on using my bandit's knife up until pretty late in the game actually, and it's only cost 100 to upgrade anyway. I mean, it's still nothing compared to the Drake Sword's damage, but it's going to be pretty nice to have that bleed effect later on. So I figured while we're down here, we could go ahead and go through the graveyard. I wonder what that sound could be. Maybe it's just a glitch. No, it's not. Alright. I'm going to take the rest of this video basically to go through the rest of the items that are available in the Firelink area, since we're going to... Okay, if you backstab these guys, I think it's an instant kill. Yep, so backstab does roughly 4 times normal damage. And I guess that means a parry does about 5 times normal damage. Okay. 73 hits for that guy. Oh gosh. Gotta watch your stamina meter. So you notice whenever your shield is up, your stamina recovers slowly, but when you put your shield down, it recovers faster. So that's why you might see me lower my shield whenever I'm fighting off enemies. Alright, let's see. Actually, I think in Skyward Sword, they're putting in... Zelda Skyward Sword, they're putting in a similar system. I think that's pretty cool, honestly. Let's see. I'd suggest going up here first, because... No. Wing Spear. Pretty cool weapon. Back off, because that kick does a lot of damage. And you see, it almost took... It doesn't do a lot of damage, but it knocks your endurance bar pretty low. So you want to fight this guy in as open an area as you possibly can. I mean, this is the closest you're going to get. Sometimes you can get lucky and get him to jump off the edge, but otherwise, you're best fighting him off like this. Now, you might have noticed the normal skeletons don't give you any souls when you kill them, but this guy will. He'll give you 500 souls when you kill him, and he's right here at Firelink Shrine. However, you notice I'm not doing a lot of damage with these hits. So that's the only problem with trying to grind souls off these guys, is for a little while at least, you don't have enough power to do it. But I mean, 500 souls a pop is not bad at all. And plus, let's see. Okay, so I guess I'm going to continue on through the graveyard. Now, if you manage to backstab or riposte these guys, they die instantly because of the great sword. Later on, you're going to be fighting these guys, and they're going to be getting back up. And it's going to be really, really annoying unless you have a divine weapon. Ah. Jeez. Jeez, man. I don't like fighting two at once at all. I hope that's pretty obvious. I hope it's obvious why. Because if it's not obvious why, then you obviously are not playing this game. Alright. Take advantage of the fact that Firelink is so close. If you go down this way, you go to the catacombs. It's not time for the catacombs yet. So let's see. Here you get 2 small skeletons, 3 small skeletons, and a big skeleton. What I always do is run the hell away. Run all the way back up here to this area. And sometimes you'll get them where they'll actually dodge off the cliff and die instantly. And I mean, they don't drop weapons that are too valuable. So you can see the smaller skeletons will run after you like this, but the bigger skeletons way back over there. Shoot. I hate it when they do that. You can dodge to the side, so... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Sorry I keep getting quiet during those fights, but I mean, I can't really help it. So, further down into the graveyard, we fight... Where's the other big guy? I know he's waiting for me, like, around the corner somewhere. There he is. I think he's the last one in the graveyard, actually. So, let's get him to a little more open area. If he dodges to the left, he's probably going to die, which I don't mind, because... Okay. 65 for a normal hit. Okay. Maybe he won't give me a chance to get a two-handed hit on him. Oh, there we go. 73. It's about the same speed either way. It doesn't... I mean... You get almost double the damage, though, whenever you two-hand a weapon. Alright, so here you get the Zweihander. I'm probably butchering the pronunciation. It being German for two. So it's literally a two-hander. Two-handed sword. Oh, binoculars. So, binoculars... Remember, that could have been one of your gifts from the beginning. So, yeah, you can use that to look at all this stuff. They're not really that useful of an item, so, I mean, I don't remember ever using them. But yeah, that's the graveyard. Free 1,000 experience from that. So, yeah. Back to the Firelink bonfire to refill Estus. Actually, no need to refill Estus. Go back up here, you will find, there's actually an item at the end of this area. Over there. Ah, that's snoring again. Soul of a Lost Undead. I believe the Soul of a Lost Undead only gives you 100 souls, and Large Soul of a Lost Undead I believe gives you 200. Either 200 or 300. And I believe you can sell them for 500. So yeah, that's worth it. Okay, just remembering where to go, sorry. If you go this way, well yes, this way. Another thing I forgot to check, fire bombs. I skipped a lot of the items here at the beginning, I guess, but they're not really necessary. I mean, you haven't seen me throw one firebomb yet. So, I don't know. Alright, back up here. Up the stairs, up these stairs that I didn't go up earlier. There's another item. Another Soul of a Lost Undead. Alright. So, for those of you who might be curious, I'm probably going to go back to the Undead Asylum. Actually, it might be a good idea to... I'm probably going to go back to the Undead Asylum in the next video. So, yeah, that's good. So, with that, I think defeat a boss, go through, get some items that we missed before. I think this has gone pretty well. So, alright guys, can we level up? Nope. Alright, so next time on Let's Play Dark Souls, we go back to the Undead Asylum and get a certain item that I believe will help immensely in the upcoming area, and progress some more through the game, hopefully towards that second bell. See ya.